All right, so I'm going to pull the warm-ups here. Remember, you're just doing N1, and make sure you have your caps and ends. A lot of warm-ups I graded last time were 100% better than the first day that we had them, so that's an improvement. Oh goodness, my camera's on. Let me hide myself here just so that it works faster. Here we go. All right, so your question today is, how much sodium does 2,300 milligrams of sodium equal? Here we go in 3, 2, 1, start. You got about 30 seconds left. Try to finish up if you can. Okay, wrap that up. We're ready to get started today. What we're gonna do is take some notes on dietary guidelines, and I have a guided note page for you to kind of follow along, and that'll help you when it comes to test time. And you're gonna fill that out along with the notes today, and then turn it in when we're done. And then I have 2 other things that we're gonna work on today. One's a project, and then one's a demo. It's really short, and I'll talk more about that when we get involved with it. Just from the video the other day, how many milligrams of sodium, or how much does 2,300 milligrams equal? My question. You guys remember? That was your warm-up question. What'd you put? Okay, hold on. I can't see the chat, so I got to get out of here. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, Kayla. It was 1 teaspoon. Your sister said the same thing, and I thought to myself, did I mishear that? And I looked it up. It is a teaspoon. So I don't know if it just sounded that way or not, but it's a teaspoon. And then on average, they said that you guys are eating about 3,600 milligrams. So way above what you should be. And then what did they say about how much sugar should you eat a day? Or how much sugar should you have? Remember, pick up on that one. Anybody take a wild guess, maybe? Well, they said that the average teenager has 440 calories come from sugar, and you should only have 200. So we were a little bit heavy on that side of it. All right, so if you're here today, if you could just put something in the chat, a greeting of some sort, whether it be an emoji or hi or whatever, but could you, if you're here today, put in the put a greeting in the chat? Okay, fantastic. Okay, so if you go into Google Classroom, it should be under dietary guidelines, guided notes. So if you could open that up, it's just going to be basically notes without words. Certain words will be missing. And then as I progress into the PowerPoint, you will need to fill that out as we go. Okay, so let me know in the chat if you were able to open it with a 1. Could you put a 1 in the chat just to make sure that everyone was able to open the document? A 1 in the chat if you were able to open the document. I've only heard from about half of you guys. So Abby, were you able to open the document? Alex, were you able to open the document? Aiden, were you able to open the document? Okay, very good. All right, so we're gonna get right into it, and I'm gonna go over your dietary guidelines. In the slides, I have underlined the words I believe that you need to put in your document. So if I could maybe have Cameron, if you wouldn't mind just being the MC, like I might ask you if you're done with the notes, if I can move forward or not. Are you willing to just let me know that you're done so I can use you as kind of like a medium, whether if you're done, hopefully everyone else is done too. Cameron. Is Cameron not here? Kayla, can you do it?
Yeah.
No, sorry, fine. All right, they work. I'm here. That took me a sec. Okay.
Okay. I figured you were. I was like, oh my God, he's ignoring me. Okay. Well, either one of you is fine. I just want to use somebody, that gives me an idea of, the majority might be done after I talk about that slide. So anyway, all right. So here we go. We did the Ed puzzle. I was telling everybody that was coming in this morning that for some reason I put the wrong due date on your Ed puzzle, and I was looking at your live stream today and it says it's due today. So if you haven't done it and you still want full credit, I'm not going to change the deadline because I already had it in there, and I figured that probably some of you are banking on getting it done today because of the deadline. So if you haven't done it, make sure you do, because at this point it is full credit until tonight. So try to get that done if you can. So anyway, all right. So there are 5 dietary guidelines that are put out from the USDA and the HHR. HHR is Health and Human Services. USDA is United States Department of Agriculture. So they put these out about every 5 years. So we're up for a renewal. So next year when I teach this topic, I have to completely revamp this whole slideshow because they could be different. And so we're just on that cusp because it was from 2015 to 2020. And so the first one that they came up with is to follow a healthy eating pattern across the lifespan. So it's kind of like in our last unit when we were looking at Carl and he is beginning his life, but that it's health consistencies that need to be continued all the way through your life. That's what it's kind of referring to with eating. So, you know, your food and beverage choices do matter. Don't drink all your calories. Choose healthy eating patterns. You know, that's why we're kind of in this unit because we're going to be learning about the My Plate and some habits that are healthier than others. Eat appropriate calorie levels. And the next slide, I'm just going to go over another little rubric, if you will, that shows how many calories that you should have for your activity level. So you want to stay within those boundaries. Maintain a healthy body weight. We know that heart disease is the #1 leading cause of death. And one of the reasons for that is obesity. Okay, so that does lend a lot to that being the #1 in the United States. Support nutrient adequacy and reduce the risk of chronic disease. So just making sure you're eating foods that have nutrients in them. And then Cameron or Kayla, if you could just indicate when you're ready to move to the next one.
I'm done right now.
Okay, I'll wait on Cameron. Hopefully he can unmic.
I'm done now.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and also remember these are being recorded, so if you get behind or something, there's a way for you to catch up. Okay, so here is that one chart that just talks about the age that you are, how many calories you should be consuming. So we got sedentary, moderate, active. So just kind of keep an eye on that. Notice as you age, it typically goes down just because, just statistically, as you age, you're less and less active. And it's, there's all sorts of reasons for that. But, if you're not as active as you age, then the calories are going to move down. So, okay, so #2 is to focus on variety, nutrient density, and amount. So to meet your nutrient needs within calorie limits, choose a variety of nutrient-dense foods across and within all food groups. So I have a slide on the next one with a little link that is just going to kind of define what nutrient density is. So just know if that term doesn't really make sense to you, that on the next slide, I'm going to show you a little video clip on it. So, since you're still writing.
I'm done.
Okay, thank you. So variety means, eating a lot of different types of foods because they do supply different types of nutrients. So like, for example, if all you eat for dinner is burgers every night and you might have corn, let's say, you're not getting any other type of nutrient throughout your diet. You're just getting those and that's it. And other other vegetables have different vitamins and minerals that a hamburger and corn just doesn't have. So you want to make sure that you are eating a wide variety, expand a little bit your repertoire on eating, and try different things. You may not like them at first, but the more you try them, maybe the more you'll like them. So, that's kind of what the guideline is trying to get you to focus on is, to eat that variety, and that will, be helpful in the long run just because you're getting so many different vitamins and minerals from other types of foods. All right. So I didn't hear from Kayla, but I'm assuming she's done. So we're going to move on.
Yeah.
Okay, I figured. Okay, so basically, nutrient density is a food that provides vitamins and minerals and other beneficial substances with relatively few calories. So for my demo today, I did a very healthy, quick breakfast. And I use spinach, and this is crazy. There is 20 calories in 3 cups of spinach. Okay, so, that definitely goes to show that spinach is nutrient dense because the nutrients outweigh the calories or the negative aspects of that. And you're going to find that with most of your fruits and vegetables, that they're considered nutrient dense, which means they have a lot of nutrients in them and not a lot of calories. So I'm going to click on the link, but it's going to take me a second because I got to go and switch out of the presentation mode I'm in and get into the other one for you to be able to even view the video that I have for you to see. So let me get into that view, and it's going to start out scratchy at first, but it'll kind of clean up as we go. So hopefully you'll see that. Oh, I think I have to hit share. Okay.
Components in food that the body needs to grow and maintain healthy function. Basically, the body needs nutrients to survive. There are 6 classifications of nutrients. Carbohydrates, which are mainly energy for cellular function. Proteins, whose primary function is to grow and maintain tissue and build other important chemicals in the body. Fats, which provide energy and protection. Vitamins, which contribute to important functions in the body. Minerals, which also contribute to bodily functions. And water, which makes up about 60% of body weight. It's important to recognize that all 6 nutrients are important for healthy function, with nutrient balance being the key. A great strategy to finding nutrient balance is to eat a wide variety of foods and avoid eating the same foods every day. Consuming fruits, veggies, and other nutrient-dense foods can help accomplish this. Nutrient-dense foods are often defined as foods that provide a lot of nutrients while not containing a high calorie count. So let's look at an example. Say you are craving something sweet. Option 1 is a glazed donut, which contains 190 calories and provides 8% of the RDI for vitamin C and a small amount of calcium and iron. Option 2 is a cup of raspberries, which provides 64 calories and is high in vitamin C, manganese, vitamin K, and copper. Raspberries also contain smaller amounts of many other vitamins and minerals, and they're loaded with antioxidants, phytonutrients, and 8 grams of fiber, which helps with digestion. As you can see, far less calories and many more nutrients, which equals a much healthier option. And that is the basics on nutrients.
Remember when exercise was fun? Are you watching?
Okay. So hopefully that explains a little bit more about what nutrient density is. And it kicked me out of my presentation mode, so I got to go in and switch it up again here. Okay, I think I'm back. Yes. Okay. Okay. So moving on to the next slide. Okay, so this one talks about limiting your calories from those things that you shouldn't eat a lot of. So added sugar, saturated fats, and sodium. So you want to make sure that you're low in the sugar, saturated fat, sodium. Cut back on foods and beverages high in these components. So when you go out to fast food, usually they have a lot of salt in the food as well as saturated fat. If you think of saturated fat as like, let's say I'm going to make spaghetti and I'm cooking the hamburger on the stove and I drain off the grease, okay? And it's super hot, so I just kind of set the grease on the counter. And what it's going to do at room temperature is it's going to harden. And think about what it's doing on the inside of your body, okay? So that's just a good way to kind of look at saturated fat, understanding how it can hurt your body and clog up your arteries, just like sitting on the counter. It's starting to solidify, and that's not a good thing. So just kind of think about that. And then beverages, I know that Big B, Starbucks are really popular with their beverages and things, but they do have a lot of calories. So that's what I mean by drinking your calories. So you go to Starbucks or Big B and you get a big fancy drink, and there's probably, there could be up to, between 7 and 1,000 calories just in that beverage. And, if you're only supposed to get so much a day and you haven't even eaten breakfast, lunch, and dinner yet, you can kind of see how those calories add up. So just kind of keep that in mind. Cameron, are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. Shift healthier foods and beverage choices. So stick to the MyPlate. Choosing foods, vegetables, and fruit should make up half of your plate. Just think of your meal last night. If you just had the protein group and the grain group, you missed dairy, veggies, and fruits. Okay. And the fruits and veggies, like I said, should make up half of that plate. And you didn't even have half. So you just want to be mindful of trying to get those things. As a mom, when my kids were little, I found myself, making sure that they had, veggies, grains, dairies, fruits, proteins. I made sure that they had all those things with each meal. But as they age, like you guys, which is where all my kids are, the same age as you all, they have their own preferences. They're picky about certain things. I'll make something, they don't like it, so as you get older, you kind of get set in your ways, and you like certain things and not like certain things. So as a parent, it's hard to fit those needs all the time. And so I find myself not, hitting all of those things just because of preferences that are kind of formulating. But, you got to try to find something that is in each category that you can consume on a daily basis, because you should be, as they said, eating a variety, and that includes the MyPlate, having all of those 5 things each time that you sit down and eat your meal. It's just good health. Okay. There's only 3 on here, so I'm assuming you're a speed demon and you've completed them already. So moving on. Okay, support healthy eating patterns for all. So we all have a role to play in helping to create and support healthy eating patterns. And it could just be with you. It could be, with your future family. It could be at school, at work. So, at home, you have your own pantry and your own foods there. And so pick and choose those things that follow along healthy eating patterns. At school, our staff there in the cafeteria has to follow certain guidelines by the USDA. So with all the meals that they prepare for you in there, they have to have the 5 food groups. Whether you choose to eat them, that again is your choice, and where this kind of falls under, eating patterns and the support from you. And then even like your own kids someday, you need to role model and be a good example for them, and also provide the things that they need to be healthy. As a parent, that's one of your jobs, is to help provide that and to guide your children to have a long and prosperous life, and at work too, make sure that, if you work somewhere that, that you are supporting those healthy eating patterns. Okay, and then the last one is about your physical activity, and you guys should really be active every single day for 60 minutes. If you don't do anything dramatic, you could walk up and down the stairs, you could go outside and shoot baskets, go for a walk, 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back, that's 60 minutes. You guys need to be active. So hopefully Mr. Grimes and Mrs. Collins are keeping you guys really busy. And, that's also helps with mental health. Just getting out, doing something that's not sitting in front of your computer or just sitting in front of a game console or watching your favorite TV show. Get out, get some fresh air. At this time specifically, we all need that. So just kind of be thinking about that. And then these are revised every 5 years, which I already kind of talked about. So I think that is one of the questions on the test. So just make sure that you know that answer. Okay, and I think that's where I'm going to stop today on the slideshow. So what I would like you to do, if you followed along and you went through this and it's good to go, I would like to see you turning it in. Okay, it is due tomorrow, but you know, let's try to be proactive, and you know, if it's done, turn it in. Why not?
Can
All
you
right.
please go up to the slide above that one?
Yeah.
I wasn't.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I see somebody asking me something, Cameron, so I'm probably gonna have to get off of this. Oh, I thought somebody, okay, I guess not. Okay. Aiden, I'm sorry, I kept hearing the bloop, bloop, and I'm like, okay, what's up?
Do you think you go back? Sorry. Do you think you can go back to slide 3?
I can go back, and then if you need more, you can always watch the recording, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let me see if I can get back to that. Okay, so if I can go back 3, this would be number 3. Is that the one you need?
No, it's the one right before that.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know when you're done so I can move on.
All right, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Okay, so let's end this. Like I said, don't leave for tomorrow what you can do today. So make sure you get that in, okay? All right, so I am gonna go open the 2 things we're gonna work on. Let me go in and open them up for you. Get this other one open. So what I want you to do is to go in and open up the one that talks about breakfast being the most important meal of the day. So if you could go into Google Classroom and open that up, that would be great. Okay, so let's first talk about the breakfast really quick, this assignment. All right, so I want you guys to be aware how important breakfast is. And so I'm going to have us do this little project on why it's the most important meal of the day. So what you're going to do is you are going to read an article, and I have put initials at the end of each article. So like, for example, why breakfast is the most important meal of the day, I have A through G, and it's based on your last name. Okay, so if my last name, my last name was Ramos, I would be doing the many benefits of breakfast because my initials are between O and U. Okay. However, if you want to group up, you can. So, for example, if I was doing a project and my last name was Ramos and my last name was Vogel, then we would have to have a discussion and we would have to decide if we were going to read the article on many benefits of breakfast, or we were going to do the fact and fiction breakfast. Okay, because we have two different articles that were assigned to us, so you would agree together to figure out which one you wanted to do. Okay, so I hope that made sense. So you're going to make a Google presentation. Your first slide should contain either your two group members or sorry, I got distracted. And the title and author. Okay, so if you're going to do, it should be your name if you're doing it by yourself, title and author of the article, or you and your partner's name and title of the author. Okay, so you're going to read the article and you're going to pick 5 to 7 facts and put them in a slideshow. It doesn't matter to me how many slides you use. I would prefer not all of this to be on one slide. That's just too overwhelming and not good presentation sense. But I don't have a recommended number of how many slides it will take, okay? I would like 3 to 4 pictures to represent the facts that you have indicated on your slides. And then I'm gonna have you present them next Thursday. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind, and giving you a little leeway. And then on Tuesday, if we get everything done that I have planned, then you might have a little bit of time to get back and work on your Google slide presentation. Now, if you do decide to group up today, I can put you guys in your own little meet. So, like yesterday I had a couple people and we just grouped up and I put them into their own little group so they could work on it together. And I can do that again today if you have an idea of who in the class you want to group up with. But again, remember the articles are based on your last name and which one you're going to be responsible to report from. And if you're grouping up with somebody and you guys have different articles, then you have to decide which one you're going to read. You don't have to do both. You just have to pick one out of the two that line up with your last name. Okay, so now I'm going to take any questions that you have about the assignment. Anybody?
I got a question.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Whatchamacallit? So, what if we want a partner but don't know who to work with?
Well, that's up to you. I mean, you could put in the chat, hey, is there anybody that wants to work together? And maybe you'll get a response. Does that make sense, Aiden?
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'll go back to this, but I want to show you the next thing so that if, you have an idea of what is coming next. Okay, so now I'm going to open your demo page. Okay, and this was me just doing a really quick, I wanted you to see how easy it was in the morning to make a very quick, fast, healthy breakfast. And, the more protein that you can eat, it takes your body a lot longer to digest that than like the simple sugars like cereal, granola bar, that kind of thing. Sometimes those have a lot of simple sugars in them. And so that's why you're starving when it comes to lunchtime, because your breakfast was insufficient. So I'm showing you a good healthy breakfast that'll hopefully hold your appetite until lunchtime. And it's very quick. Like one of the videos was 2 minutes and the other one hasn't even registered a time because I was just showing you what it looked like when it's done. And so it shouldn't take you a ton of time to do the demonstration page because obviously I didn't use a lot of utensils. There wasn't a lot of mixing and blending and doing those kinds of things and a billion ingredients. So it should be quite quick. So the demo page is due Friday, and then your Google slide presentation is due next Thursday. Okay. So for those of you that want to group up, I can, group you up and you can start on your presentation. Those of you that, want to get your work done for Friday, then, we can do that, or you could be working on that. So just kind of let me know where we're at. Like, if you know that you want to group up with somebody, tell me, and then I can put you guys in your own little room. But I need to know. So can you speak up if you know you have a partner? Okay, wait a minute. I'm reading the chats here. Okay, so Caroline was asking a question, so I'm going to answer that. So if I was, if I had one of the articles, Caroline, and you had the other, and we were partnering up, we would just discuss which one that we wanted to do, and then we would pick one out of the two. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so hold on, because I got to go back and see if anybody else has any partners here. Hold on. Logan, you do not have to have a partner. You can do it all on your own. Okay, so Amelia, I'm trying to figure out who you said you're welcome to. Okay. All right, so Caroline, you want to work with, so Kelsey and Caroline. I hope I got that right. Okay. And then Mackenzie, you're going to partner up with Skylar. Is Skylar here? Because I don't see Skylar in the meet. Do you, Mackenzie?
She's on the slideshow right now with me, so I don't know.
Oh, so you guys are together?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what? Okay. All right. So I can't put you guys in a room because you're in a room together. Okay, so Kayla and Amelia. Oh, you said that. Okay. Kayla and Amelia. Okay. Okay. Anybody else want a partner or anybody have a partner that you want to work with at this time? So right now I have Kelsey, Caroline, Mackenzie, Skylar, and Kayla, Amelia. Anybody else? And, you know, as we progress through here, maybe somebody will come forward. I don't know. So you three groups, I'm going to put you in a room. Can I get somebody to just recap the assignment just so I can hear it back what I said, and that's a good way to for everyone else to hear it one more time? Who would be willing to just kind of recap what we just talked about? Oh, come on. You can't even be seen on camera. No one's even gonna realize. Who can recap? Don't all jump at once now. Thank you.
We pick a partner, or if we don't want to, we don't have to. And then, according to your last name, you figure out which of the topics you're going to do, and then you answer the questions together or by yourself.
On what, Kayla?
Huh?
Where do you put all that?
On the breakfast of most important day or meal of the day on Google Classroom.
You want to make a PowerPoint, a Google slide, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so make sure you guys put it on Google Slides, and it's a presentation that you will present on Thursday next week, and it's part of the grade is on the presentation. Remember, no one can see you on camera, so it's not like you're standing in front of the class per se. So it should be pretty.
Also,
yeah.
Me and Amelia, we're just going to use FaceTime because this thing was laggy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't want to be grouped up in here?
No, we were just going to FaceTime.
Okay, very good. Kelsey and Caroline, do you guys want me to try to see if you guys can group up? Kelsey and Caroline, do you want to group up?
We'll just FaceTime too.
Okay, so, all right. So what I would say for the remainder of the class time is to read your article and just be ready to meet with each other about some of the main things you came up with. Or you can work on your demo page because we're here until 8:35, and that's time I set aside for you guys to get some work done. So if you're doing individual, you can read your article and get your Google Slides done, or you can go ahead and work on your demo page, or do both and get them in. So just kind of keep that in mind, but we're here till 8:35 to get work done, or for me to have a Q&A if you have any questions or concerns, okay? All right, so we're gonna start our work time, and then I'm gonna check back at 8:30 to see how everyone's doing. If you have any questions or anything along the lines of your article and your demo page. Cameron, do you guys want individual? Do you want an individual room? Or are
No,
you?
I'm good.
You're good. Okay, so you guys
Yeah.
are going to do it outside of the meet. Okay. I just wanted to add that on the live stream, I put the exam schedule. So if you haven't accessed that or you didn't realize that was there, it is. And you should probably look at it just to make sure there's not going to be any conflicts. And then reach out to your teachers if there is an issue. So just FYI about the exam schedule on the live stream on Classroom. Okay, so how is everybody doing? Are there any questions? Hopefully you're using this work time to get your work done. That's my hope anyway. That would make sense. All right, so at 8:35, just when you leave, if you could just give me a departure in the chat would be great. Or an emoji or something at 8:35.